Hi everybody, it's me Spring, the fiber enthusiast. Are you ready for another crocheting tutorial? I am. Okay guys, let's get started. For today's tutorial, I will be using this yarn. It is soft and sleek DK low pilling fiber, and it was made in Turkey. It's by Yarn Bee, which is Hobby Lobby. If you do not have a Hobby Lobby and you cannot get this yarn, do not fret. You can use any size yarn, any brand you like. So this is a lightweight 3, as I said. You can use a 4 weight, whatever you need, whatever you want. The recommended crochet hook size is a 4.5, which is a US size 7. And the recommended needle size for knitting needles is a 4mm US size 6. We're crocheting today, so we'll be on the crochet hooks. And it's also 4 ounces, 114 grams, 478 yards, or 437 meters. You can machine wash and tumble dry, no heat, do not iron. And that's pretty much it about this yarn. I am going to be using a size up hook for the pattern and a couple sizes up for this chain. I'm going to be using for my chain, this says a J 5.75 millimeter. Most J's are actually a 6. So anyway, take that as you will. This is the hook that I'm using. It is a Boyd, and I'm just using it to do my beginning chain. That's it. And I have that done already. So I'm going to go ahead and set that hook aside. And for the body of my project here for this tutorial is going to be my Furls H 5.0 millimeter hook. That is a streamline hook. Now, I am not affiliated with any yarn companies or hook companies at the making of this video. So for our project, we need to chain in multiples of 10. I have chained 80. After your multiples of 10, how many ever you desire, remember if you use a thicker yarn, you may need less multiples. And if you use, say, a lace weight yarn, you would need more multiples to get a decent size. If you just want to do a swatch, I would recommend at least 20 in your chain. So at the end of my 80 stitches here, place my hook back in there, and I'm going to chain 2. Now that 2 represents our turning chains. So there's 2. So the first thing we're going to do is single crochet into the 3rd stitch from your hook. So that was 2 and 3. So single crochet into that 3rd chain. Now here's what I like to do. This is entirely up to you, but you can grab some stitch markers for this project if you're actually going to make a full project. But what I like to do is go ahead and stick a stitch marker in that very first stitch, just so that way I don't lose it when I turn around and come back the opposite direction on the next row. Okay, so now we're gonna, now that we have our very first stitch here, you're gonna chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Skip 2 stitches. So skip 1, skip 2, and into that next stitch, you're going to place 1 single crochet and 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. Now this is going to be your repeat across your chain row. So this is row 1. So chain 1, 2, 3, skip 2 stitches, and into the 3rd stitch, place a single crochet and 1 single crochet into the following 2 stitches. Continue on, and I will meet up with you at the end, and we will start row 2 together. Okay, I'm coming up to the end here. I have my last chain 3 here, and if you notice, we have 4 stitches left. You will skip 2 as you have been doing and place 1 single crochet into each of the last 2 chain stitches. Okay? So that is row 1. We are going to chain 1 and begin, turn your work and begin row 2. All right. So we chained 1. We want to single crochet back into that same stitch that we just chained 1 from. And we're going to chain 1 into the next stitch. And we're going to chain 1 into the chain 3 space. So you should now have 3 single crochets to start your row. And again, I am going to go ahead and place a stitch marker there just to make sure that I do not lose that last stitch. And once the pattern gets going, I may drop these stitch markers at the very end because they'll be more distinguished. But usually when I first start a pattern, I like to really make sure that I don't lose those stitches. Okay, so we have to chain 3, and you're going to double crochet into this center single crochet. Let me get up here where you can see. See that set of 3 single crochets? You're going to double crochet into the middle one. Okay, right there. Then you're going to chain 3, and we're going to go down here to this next chain 3 space and place 1 single crochet in it. And 1 single crochet in each of those 3 single crochets from the previous row. And 1 last single crochet over here in the chain 3 space. Okay, and that is our repeat. So we chain 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet into center stitch. You're skipping the chain 3, you're skipping the first stitch and double crocheting into the next. Chain 1, 2, 3, and place 1 single crochet into your next chain 3 space, and 1 single crochet into each of the next 3 stitches, and 1 single crochet into that chain 3 space, and then chain 3 and start again. Continue that pattern across, and I will meet up with you at the end to show you how to end the row, and we'll start the next row. Okay, I'm coming up to the end here. Show you what to do to finish off this row. I've made my last double crochet into the center stitch of those single crochets. Now I'm going to single crochet into that next chain 3 space. Single crochet into the next stitch. And then single crochet into where that chain 1 space is, where we chain 1 and turned our work. You're going to single crochet into there. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Now let's start row 3. Single crochet into the next stitch after you chain 1. Chain 3, single crochet into that very first chain space. Single crochet into the top of that double crochet from the previous row. Please excuse my fingernails. I am a farmer and they always look like this. Single crochet into the next chain 3 space, just like that. Now you're going to chain 1, 2, 3, and we're going to skip this first stitch and single crochet into the next 3. So the center 3 is where we're going to single crochet. There's 1, skipping that first stitch into the second one, into the third one, and the last single crochet goes into the 4th, skipping that last single crochet there. Now you're going to chain 3. And that's the repeat for this row. We'll go through it one more time, zoomed out a little bit. Okay, so we chained 3. We're going to reach over to this next chain 3 space, single crochet. Single crochet into the top of that double crochet. Hang on, I got a knot going on. There we go. Single crochet into the next chain 3 space, and then chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to reach down and skip that first stitch and single crochet into the next 3. So place 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches. Like that, with chain 1, 2, 3, single crochet into the chain 3 space, single crochet into the top of the double crochet, continue on, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, we are coming up to the end. I have single crocheted into that last chain 3 space and chain 3. I'm going to reach down here and single crochet into, not the first one, but the next 2. So you skip that first single crochet and single crochet into the next 2. Okay, so now we're moving on to row 4. Row 4 is going to start off with a chain 6. The first 3 chains represent a double crochet. The next 3 chains is your chain 3 space. Turn your work. Now we're going to single crochet into that first chain 3 space. Place 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. And 1 single crochet into the next chain 3 space. Chain 3, chain 1, 2, 3, and now you're going to double crochet into that center single crochet from your previous row. So skip the first stitch and double crochet into the second stitch. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Place a single crochet into your next chain 3 space. This is your repeat across. 1 single crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. One single crochet into the chain 3 space, and chain 1, 2, 3. Again, we're going to double crochet into that center single crochet, skip the first stitch, and double crochet into the next. Chain 1, 2, and 3, and single crochet into the chain 3 space. Continue on until the end of the row, and I will meet up with you at the end to show you how to finish the row. Okay, I'm coming up to the end of the row here. I've got a single crochet in this chain 3 space. I'm going to work 1 single crochet over the next 3 stitches. And 1 single crochet into the chain 3 space. Then I'm going to chain 1, 2, and 3. And we need to make this end look like the other end. So we're going to double crochet into that very last one of this row. So you can see we skipped that stitch and we placed a double crochet in the very last stitch. Now you're going to chain 1 and reverse your work. We are on row 5, which is the final row for the pattern, and then you repeat rows 2 through 5. So we have chained 1, we're going to single crochet into that chain 3 space, then chain 1, 2, 3. Skip this first stitch after the chain 3 space and place 1 single crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. This is your repeat across. Chain 1, 2, 3. Single crochet into the chain 3 space. Single crochet into the double crochet. Single crochet into the next chain 3 space. And chain 1, 2, and 3. Reach down and single crochet into not the first one, but the second stitch, placing 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 after that, and chain 1, 2, 3. Continue on, and I will meet you at the end to show you how to finish the row. All right, we're coming up to the end of row 5 here, placing the last 3 single crochets here across this. chaining 1, 2, 3, and remember I said that that counted as a chain 3 space and a double crochet. So single crochet into your chain 3 space, and then single crochet into the 3rd chain up from the end down here. 1, 2, and 3. Single crochet into that. That way both ends will match. So that is the repeats. To continue with this pattern, you will repeat rows 2, 3, 4, and 5. Get my big old fingers out of here maybe. And that's what you have. So, okay, you can continue on if you would like with as many repeats as you wish. I'm going to do several more repeats of this particular pattern, and I will let you know how many I did before ending this video. Okay, so to wrap up part 1, I did a total of 5 repeats for part 1. And don't worry about the stitch markers. It's the setup for the next pattern. But here's what it looks like. So if you block it out or get some weight on it and it's stretched out a little bit, that's what it looks like. But that's what it looks like when it's not blocked. So blocking is really nice, especially for lace. It makes things just pop. Okay, so like I said, that is the conclusion of part 1. Thank you very much for following along, and I hope that you continue to follow along and move on to the next part with me. So for now, be blessed and be a blessing. Thanks, guys.